Welcome to Source BMX. I'm Van Homan. Today we're in Tokyo with Japanese street rider Nobuhiro Masuda, better known as Pegy. Pegy is a keystone of the Japanese street scene over here, bringing everyone together, creating jams and videos to share with the world. Some exciting news with Source BMX. They recently started carrying Japanese-based brand Alive, so we're gonna check out Pegy's Alive animal build. All right, Pegy, before we dive into the specifics about this bike, I just want to talk a little bit about Alive. It's a Japanese-based brand sponsoring and supporting riders worldwide, but kind of flies under the radar for a lot of people outside of Japan, I think. So just tell us a little bit about Alive and what goes into the design of these products and how you ended up riding for Alive and Animal.
Yeah, so Alive is not a new brand. They started in 2012 and it's like based on real street in Japan, and they really support the scene, the whole scene in Japan, the street scene.
So how are the products designed? Who designs this stuff?
Yeah, basically the design is from three people who made Alive. It's Rehito, Yugo, and Maja. And Rehito also makes the sprockets and stems. Yeah,
they're made in Japan. He actually makes them with his own hands?
Yeah, for the aluminum stuff, they made in Japan. The Rehito made his own with a CNC machine.
Oh, amazing. Handmade.
Handmade, yeah.
And what about, how did you end up riding for Alive and Animal?
For Alive, in 2012, Yugo is like my local brother. He just hooked me up when they made a company. And then for Animal, they did a Animal Japan tour in 2013, and then I rode with them like when they were here, and they just hooked me up when that time. Yeah.
All right, Pegy, so you're riding the Ben Lewis signature frame. Benny is obviously from the UK. You guys are over here in Tokyo. I know there's a really strong connection between the Tokyo and UK scene. Tell us a little bit about that and what it means for you to be riding Benny's frame.
Yeah, I first met Benny. I met him in the Japan Animal Tour. That was in 2013, and he loved Japan. He kept coming for like a few years after that. And yeah, Rehito just hooked him up for riding Alive, and he was down for that. And yeah, and I ride his signature frame, which is really like a compact frame, and it really fits to my style, like GB style.
Pegy, let's talk about the specs on this Alive Ben Lewis signature frame. You've got the steeper 76-degree head tube. You've got some of the shortest chainstays in the game at only 12.4. Spike's kind of compact, really responsive. Why is it so important for you to have a quick, responsive, compact bike?
Yeah, for me, I'm not like a big guy, you know. I'm not short, but you know, I'm not a muscle guy too, and I like quick riding style. So this head angle 76 and the chainstay length 12.4 really helps for my riding style.
Which is what? What's your riding style?
It's like a quick, jibby Japan style, you know? Like
quick, jibby Japan style. I like that. That works. What else should we know about this frame?
There's 3 top tube lengths. I ride 20.5, and there's also 20.75 and 21. I ride the 20.5, which is the most shortest.
So how tall are you, and why do you choose the 20.5?
I'm 172 centimeters. And yeah, as I said, I'm not a tall guy, and I really love the compact frame. So 20.5 is really fits my like riding style. So
yeah, so just the steep head tube, short rear end, short top tube just makes this thing really responsive.
Yeah, it makes so easy for every trick, you know.
All right, Pegy, you're riding the Animal Street Forks. These are available in a 15mm and 26mm offset. Obviously 15 mil, super steep, 26 still on the steeper side. So with that 76-degree head tube, makes a really steep front end. Why do you choose this offset, and what else do you like about these forks?
Yeah, so I use a 26mm dropout, which really fits with my head angle. It's really quick enough for my style, and I also like this dropout here, right here. It really fits with the animal plastic pegs. It's like perfect sizing for the cut.
Yeah, it kind of has the tapered fork leg so you don't get hung up on grinds, and it looks like that peg is specially designed to fit right in there.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's like what I love, like how it looks, and it's like simple.
Yeah, super clean. Super clean. So while we're on it, while we're talking about the pegs, let's talk about the Ben Lewis signature pegs again. 4.5 length. Why do you choose these pegs? Obviously, your nickname is Pegy, so you should know a little bit about pegs. Break these down for us.
Yeah, I used to ride metal pegs for so long, but I recently switched to plastic peg. The reason why I switched it is like I'm a bit old now, and I want the light bike and smooth like grind that it's easy for like grind tricks. So yeah, I picked up this plastic peg, and I always loved the long peg which is 4.5.
So the Benny pegs that keep your bike lighter, your grind smoother.
Yeah, exactly. Like even like when you do like spins, it's light, so it's easier.
You're running the Alive TG 2000 4-piece bars. These things, you mentioned they have kind of a special design. They're sort of designed almost like a 2-piece bar, but with 4-piece style. Explain these bars a little bit and why they're so comfortable.
Yeah, I use 8.5. These are 8.5 bars, and so actually it's 4-piece, but it's like the way it welded is like almost like 2-piece bar.
Okay.
So it's like good for your wrist. Like some people use a 4-piece, like hurts your wrist because it's too hard.
Yeah.
And it's good because of this part.
So the radius and the 12-degree back sweep kind of just like helps be a little bit lighter on your wrist.
Yeah, the back sweep really helps for the wrist. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the Edwin grips?
It's Edwin grips. Like everyone knows, like perfect grips, like the OG grip.
One of the most classic, softest. They got the sewer cap bar ends, which are pretty cool.
Yeah, I always loved this grip from like when I was a kid, so I keep using this.
And why do you run a flangeless? Is because your bar spins are really sloppy?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, but these are flangeless, so I don't care.
You've got the Alive RT stem. It's got a 40 millimeter reach, which kind of fits in once again with your tight, compact setup. Made in Japan. Tell us a little bit about this stem and what you like about it.
Yeah, so this is 40 millimeter, which is pretty short, I think. It's a good balance for the short chainstay. So it's like everything is so easy to do, like spinnings, and I don't do bar spins. I guess bar spins is probably easier.
I've seen you try.
yeah, I can, but it's perfect balance for the frame. Like like the front is short and back is short.
Yeah.
Good balance.
So the owner of Alive is making these stems and seeing every single one of them before they go out the door.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty cool and rare.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah. That's why I trust these.
Yeah. You've got the Animal Akimbo cranks. These things are proven to be reliable, and you're riding 160 millimeter arms. How are these cranks holding up? Why do you ride the 160 millimeter arms?
Yeah, these cranks are so strong. I have ridden this for like, I don't know, maybe 4 years, I guess.
Same cranks for 4 years.
Yeah. It never breaks. Like it has like, what do you call it?
What do you call it? I don't know. Scratches?
Scratches, yeah. Scratches, yeah. It got scratches, yeah, a lot, but yeah. It's really strong, yeah. And I use the 160 millimeter, which is the shortest length. This helps me do the spin tricks.
And you've been riding these same cranks for 4 years and they're still holding up.
Yeah, still here, yeah. Never breaks.
All right, down here we've got the Alive guarded sprocket. Kind of almost like a classic, almost mid-school kind of style to it. And one of the things that jumped out to me was that it's in a 26 tooth, which seems very unusual. So why does Alive offer the 26 tooth, and how's this sprocket holding up?
Yeah, so this looks really classic guard sprocket, which our team really wanted, like simple. For me, it was impossible to slam with the 25 tooth.
Okay.
So with the 26, it made it slam.
Okay, so yeah, that just puts the axle in the perfect spot in the dropout and kind of gives you a slight up gear without going too big as well, right?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
So made in Japan, 7,000 aluminum. That's the strongest aluminum they make. That means your chain's not going to break because this car is going to save it.
The chain is safe.
All right, the chain is safe.
Yeah.
All right, Pegy, let's talk about the Animal Rat Trap pedals. Low profile, strong axle. It's got the square pins. I see it's kind of got some extra pins in the corner to make sure the traction is at a maximum. Break these pedals down.
Yeah, these pedals are pretty big. So it's really good for like, how do you say?
Pedaling?
Pedaling and
These pedals are great for pedaling.
Yeah, for pedaling and also they got the extra pins right here. So it doesn't slip from your shoes and it's strong enough too.
So it's got the larger platform, the extra pins, so your foot's really going to feel stable and comfortable on that platform.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay, you've got some custom rims on here, which by the way, you can build up at the Wheel Builder on sourcebmx.com. You've got the G-Sport Birdcage rims, and you've got E-Claw hubs. In the rear, you've got the Shift Free Coaster, which if I'm not mistaken, you can switch back and forth from a free coaster to a cassette if you choose. Break down these rims, these wheels, and why you choose a free coaster.
I always a huge fan of G-Sport rims. They're so strong, and these Birdcage are super light too. And it's not, it's a 36 millimeter width, which is not too wide for me. I like the skinny rims. And also for the hubs, I always love the E-Claw hubs. They're smooth, and for the free coaster, it's a new system that has a pawl inside, and it feels, when you pedal, it feels like a cassette. So it's like, you can straight pedal, like the power goes straight.
So when you're going forward, it feels like a cassette, but when you're going backwards, it doesn't engage.
Yes, exactly, yeah. That's why I love these.
And again, if I don't think you do this, but if somebody wants to, they could make it a cassette.
Exactly, yeah. I don't do it, but you can make it to a cassette.
And it also has like really easy adjustable slack, correct?
Yes, there's 3 levels of slacks. I use the middle ones. Yeah, if you want the bigger one, there's one more step. Yeah, it's still huge. Like,
All right, Pegy, what about the tires? What tires are you running? What size and what tire pressure do you run?
Okay, I ride the ASM Animal tire, which is 2.25 for both back and rear, front and rear.
So not too big, kind of middle of the road.
Yeah, I don't kind of like it. The bigger tire. I love the middle school style, you know.
Gotcha.
So it's really good for grinding too. It doesn't, catch the side of the ledges and stuff. So yeah, I love the skinny ones, and I think I ride like around 20 to 25 psi.
20-25, that's it.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Why do you prefer the low tire pressure?
I just like the suspension that you feel like it's just good for your body, and I don't do big stuff, so it's like perfect, it works.
All right, Pegy, I noticed you have the Animal Love seat on here, pivotal style. You've got a good amount of post here as well. How important is your seat shape and your seat height?
Yeah, I just ride street with like pedaling around so long, so I don't want to have like lower seat because you can't sit down when you're like cruising around, Also, this seat helps me for that because it's soft and big, so there's no stress for your.
So basically, you truly use the seat as a seat. A lot of people say like, oh, it helps me pinch bar spins, or like I need it out of the way. Peggy's like, no, I just want to sit down and pedal around the city and find some spots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is it for.
So you want something that's comfortable for your tush.
Yep. Yeah.
Pegy, just want to thank you for sharing your bike with everyone out there today. Excited to have a live products at sourcebmx.com. Make sure to check out Pegy's bike on the Source Bike Builder page. There you can get pricing, specs, and availability on everything Pegy's riding. sourcebmx.com.